Hey, so the question came in, what's the best way to start doing self-directed workouts?
It's a good question too. Very.
Honestly, it's just getting started, finding an environment that you want to be in around supportive people especially. And if you go to the gym that has like really dedicated people,
Yep.
like they might be intimidating, but they're probably going to be some of the greatest assets along your fitness journey.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like people influence people. Like you become who you hang around. You become who you are associating yourself with. And so when we talk about your self-directed workouts, you have to decide like is it going to be just you based or is it going to be you other people? And then there's a lot more that dives into that, but you hit the nail on the head which where your starting point is.
Yeah, and then as far as like knowing what to do when you get to the gym, you can find millions of workout plans on Google. You can get online coaching, or jump in one of our classes here.
Yeah.
We have no problem. You snap a picture of the workout on the board and you just repeat it over and over and over. Um, and then as far as putting a workout together, like what are your best advice, Alex?
We talked about this a little bit just the other day, but that backwards planning, having a starting point, and this can go really, really in depth, or it can be as simple and basic as, like you said, snap a picture, do the workout, go to Google. If you're trying to have one designed for yourself, do one yourself, programming it yourself, it comes down with knowing your why, knowing what your purpose is for training. And then I think just what we talked about, having an exercise for each movement pattern of the 7 movement patterns, and then going from there with whatever time frame you have to exercise, whether it's 5 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, having it work around and work for your schedule, not against it.
Yeah, and knowing your why is really important because that's going to structure your whole workout. Not necessarily the movements you do, but your sets, your reps, your rest periods, things like that. So, knowing your why, you need to set some goals. Um, Nothing crazy, like I'm not talking 5, 10 years down the road. We're talking like, an improvement you want to see in the next month or two, and set some achievable goals and then just go all in on them.
Yeah. Yeah, that honestly that's the way to go about it. And w- circling back to what I said earlier as far as how easy or how hard and difficult you can make this, it really comes down to how much science and effort you're going to put behind it versus how much are you just wanting to move your body in that moment. Because if you're looking for that instant gratification of I got to work out in, then yeah, just moving and burning calories will have you feeling good. But if you're looking for a prolonged approach that's going to just slowly build and compound the results over time, then you will have to start looking at what does your rest intervals look like? What is your tempo, your pace, your work and rest timers if you're doing those style of workouts, and then also recovery. There's a lot that goes into it, and I mean, not to pitch us, but we do the hard work. You just show up, and that's it. But if you're doing it on your own, there's so many ways you can go about it. But it starts with knowing what you're trying to get out of the workout first.
Yeah. And then as far as like the intensity of your workouts, anybody that's just starting, I always try and give them the advice that, on a scale of 1 to 10, if you're just starting, you want to be at about a 3. And then week 2 comes around, maybe take it up to a 4 or a 5 or a 6 as time goes on. But there's really no benefit in going to 8, 9, and 10 all the time.
Well, and not to mention, we've all been there. You do a workout class, and I know I've. If you're watching this, I know you've probably been there with my classes where you do it, and then you feel like, oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to walk the next day. I did too much. We never want that. But ego is a thing, right? Pride is a thing. And so having that adjustment, I love that you say that, like putting it on that rating as a perceived exertion, right? Like putting that at that 3 will keep you wanting to come back. And that's when the consistency builds up. Nobody wants to consistently come in here and get beat down at a 9 or a 10 intensity. You gradually work up to it. I think that's a great point. Great point.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate you guys watching. Tune in every week. We're going to ask a question every Monday, or we're going to post on social media every Monday. Just drop your question in the comments. We're going to pick a question, and we're just kind of going to give you our insight on it. So feel free to drop your comments, and we'd love to hear from you.
For sure. Always. Thank you guys.